everybody, and welcome to the Helen Winder Show. I'm Helen Winder, and today is the first of a four-part series of mini masterclasses where my beautiful guest Katrina Holden will be taking you through the steps to recognizing your inner powerhouse. Hello Katrina, how are you?
Hi Helen, I'm great, thank you.
Brilliant. Well, just remind our listeners a little bit about yourself, because I know you've been on the show before, but let's just remind them at the beginning of this masterclass.
Okay, well, so I'm Kat Holden, and I'm the founder of a wellness business. I'm a writer, speaker, a wellness coach, and I do drink a lot of green juice as well. My business is set up to work with amazing men and women who have been through a serious illness and they're now on the road to recovery, but they don't necessarily recognize themselves any longer. And so that's where I step in and we go back to basics. We rediscover that inner powerhouse, as we just spoke about, and I help them to create greater happiness, success and well-being in their lives.
Fantastic. Tell us a little about why you started your wellness company.
Well, it's based on my own personal journey. Actually, I think like most great passionate businesses are, we sort of tap into our own experiences, don't we? And what happened with me is after years, really 30 plus years of not knowing who I was, and so living my life for other people, living my life to other people's values and standards, I became very ill. And I think it was that journey that I went on and the incredible people that I met along that journey that taught me so many valuable lessons and taught me really how to get back to myself, to peel back those layers and discover who I truly was. And it culminated, my serious illness, I had sort of 7 years really of serious illness. It culminated in cancer, and I was very fortunate that I discovered a wellness center, and those women in that center I credit for saving my life. The chemo and the radiation may have killed the cancer, but it was the knowledge and the emotional support and the hope that those women gave to me in that wellness center that they're the reason I'm here today, they're the reason I'm upright, and they're the reason why I have found purpose, really, in my life. And so going forward, it was a case of how can I learn from this and bring it out to the world. And Kat Holden Wellness Coaching was born from that.
It's amazing, isn't it, how our life's experiences and journeys can lead us to what we do today.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are you going to teach us during these mini masterclasses?
Well, we are going to go back to basics, and we are going to cover our core values firstly, because if we don't understand what's important to us, then, well, we're out on a limb, really. We're on a very slippery slope. You know, knowing your core values is the first most crucial step in discovering that powerhouse you know yourself to be. So that's going to be our first masterclass. Our second masterclass is going to be about journaling. Now, this is a technique I learned from the amazing Julia Cameron and her book, The Artist's Way. And what this will do is this will give you an insight. Once now you know your core values, once you start journaling, it will give you an insight to your inner dialogue, what's going on in your heart, really. It gives you the opportunity to just brain dump everything, and then you can really sort of start your day clear and with focus and a great intention. So I'll obviously go more into that next week. But so journaling is the second one. Third one is play dates, and these are fun, and these are all about you. These are all about finding out what makes you light up inside. That's a really fun part. And then finally, the fourth masterclass lesson is going to be all about how you can bring more luck into your life. And by that, I mean by learning all about gratitude. Because once we feel grateful for something, the more gratitude we feel, the more we attract into our lives. So that's number 4.
Well, that sounds really very, very exciting and interesting parts. So let's crack on. So what is tool number 1?
So number 1, we are going to learn all about your core values. As I said earlier, knowing your core values is the first and most crucial step in discovering that powerhouse you know yourself to be. And getting clear on your core values will give you the direction and the motivation you need in your life. And if you don't know what is really important to you, then how can you possibly make life and business or career decisions that are going to fulfill you? And of course, this is what happened to me. If we don't know who we are or what we stand for and hold dear to our hearts, then we live our lives for other people, and that is going to be the start of a very slippery slope.
So how did you discover your core values?
Okay, so here are 4 steps to discover your core values. You're going to need a pen and paper here, because I'm going to start asking you some questions that you can then go away and figure it out. So step 1, you need to ask yourself what is important to you in the context of your life. Not what's important to your husband or your children or your boss, but what is important to you in the context of your life. What makes you happy? What makes you fulfilled? Then just start scribbling. Don't filter anything at this point. You just need to brain dump everything that comes to mind. And basically what's going to happen is, maybe to begin with, you will have a rush of words come at you, and then your mind will go blank, or you'll hesitate for a moment or two. But don't stop there. You need to push through 2 of those blank points. So just keep going, writing, 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 pause, brain gone down, keep going. Writing, 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 pause, done, no more. Keep writing. And then once you come to that 3rd pause, that's when you can stop. Now, some of you may end up with 3 values on your list. Some of you may end up with 33 values on your list. There is no right or wrong answer here. This is all about you and what is important to you in your life. Ideally, you're going to be looking for probably 5 to 10 life values. 7 is always a good number. So that's your step 1. Step 2. I now want you to number those values in the order of importance to you. Let's start getting a bit of order into that brain dump of yours. So literally just take a few minutes, take a look and see which ones jump out at you and which are most important to you in your life. After you've done that, we move on to step 3. And step 3, this is where we have to get really, really honest with ourselves. We need to go back to that numbered list, and with a different coloured pen, I want you to number them in how they are actually showing up in your life right now. So not how you wish they were or would like them to be. This time you're going to number them based on the results you are seeing in your life right now. Now what this does is it shows you how close or far away you are to living your core values today. Your number 1 value is what you experience most in your life every day. So for example, if you wrote down family as your top value, but what you're experiencing is no time to ever see them, and so you're quite lonely, excuse me, or lost, you never have that time, then you can clearly see what needs to change. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, if you're anything like me, when I was first asked about my values way back when, I didn't have a clue what they were talking about. I remember thinking, well, I've got an engagement ring, That's quite valuable, I guess. I simply did not have a clue what my values were.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it is you, if you recognize yourself in that and you're drawing a blank as I did when I first started, you can go to my website, which is katholden.com, and click on the blog page, and you will find an article called What's Your Crucial First Step?
Mm-hmm.
And in that article there is a freebie. It's a download, and it's a list of values that I put together. It's not an exhaustive list, but it will be a great starting place for you if you're struggling, because it will start triggering different values where you'll be able to read it and think, oh yeah, that's important to me and that's important to me. So don't worry if your mind is blank or you don't have many values on your list just yet. Go grab that download, and that will help you. And then we move on to step 4, which could be deemed as the most important step of all.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, now you have your values, now you've ordered them and you know which ones are showing up most in your life, so you know which ones to focus on, you now have to take action. And that's the crucial part of this. Step 4 is taking action.
Yeah. Okay. Any tips on how we take this understanding forward, how we take those steps and everything that we've just gone through, writing it down and numbering and discovering actually whether we've managed to come up with anything or not? How do we move forward?
Move forward by, that's a great question by the way, is by reminding yourself of those values every single day.
Okay.
Don't just leave this list in the back of your kitchen drawer or under a pile of papers. This is your time to step up and start making your personal and business and career decisions based on this new information that you found out about yourself. Base all your decisions on your core values, because that is what's truly important to you. So go forward, stick that list up on your fridge or on your bathroom mirror or on your office pinboard, anywhere you can see them and read them every day. Especially if this is the first time you've ever thought about these things, the first time you've ever realized what is actually important to you, you'll need to keep reminding yourself until they become part of your DNA.
Okay.
So keep them visible. And I guarantee once you start living and loving by your core values, once you start making your life decisions based on your core values, your life will start to change. Doing this exercise and learning what is important to me, not what was important to my parents or my husband or my friends or my boss, but learning this priceless information about me and then stepping up, taking action, it actually changed my life. In fact, I'll go as far as to say it saved my life.
It's quite interesting, isn't it? I mean, the very simple steps actually can be so powerful.
Yes, indeed. And it is, when we start out on this journey, it is the simple things that we have to master first. But, if I just look at my own story, I never knew what my core value was. I obviously had someone's core values. I obviously had standards. I obviously had values. But I sometimes question myself exactly how much of my happiness came from pleasing others as opposed to thinking about what would please me. I know a lot of my big life decisions I made based on making others happy. And it is a road to, it's quite a destructive road, really, because you end up empty and lonely, and in my case, quite sick.
I can relate to that, as you will know, and it is so important that what we do in life is for ourselves. It's not selfish to say that. Not selfish at all. And I think we get into that pattern of feeling, oh, I can't say that, I can't do that. It's I've got, others first.
I think the way to look at that, because I think a lot of us do struggle with that, and we do think by putting ourselves first we are being selfish, but the point is, if you don't fill yourself up first, if you don't take care of you, then you don't have anything left to give to other people I can remember someone describing it once as a beautiful bottle of wine where it's delicious, but if it goes to the bottom and you start drinking the sediments, it's bitter and makes you sick. And I thought that worked so well in my mind to make me realize how important it is to understand myself, to know what makes me happy, to know what lights up my life, so I can give to all my loved ones and the people around me and my clients. So it is a great first step to peeling back those layers and start thinking about yourself.
Fantastic. So let's just recap very quickly each question.
Question number 1 is ask yourself what is important to you in the context of your life. Okay? What is it that lights up your life? Number 2 is once you have your list, you are going to number them in the order of importance to you. Number 3 is then with a different colored pen, you're going to number them in how those values are actually showing up in your life right now. And then number 4, you're going to take action. You're going to take action on those values that you want to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but are actually 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to start living and making decisions based on those core values that are the most important to you.
Fantastic. And each day remind ourselves, have it written up somewhere on the fridge or on your iPad or on the laptop with the sticky notes as I have them. Doesn't matter where, so long as we see them.
Absolutely. Or you can tell you're a techie person.
It comes through.
Yeah, have it on your laptop and your iPad too.
Wherever you look and you spend the most of your time, put your core values there.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So that's obviously masterclass number 1, covering our core values. And what we'll do is come back the next time with number 2, which will be, remind us again what we're covering in number 2.
Number 2, we are going to cover journaling and writing our morning pages.
Wonderful. Well, listen, thank you so much for taking us through our core values, Katrina, and we shall be back shortly with number 2.
We certainly will. Thank you so much, Helen.
No problem at all. Thank you, listeners, and you can tune in to this part number 1 of this masterclass on the website, and we'll bring shortly all about journaling to you. Speak to you all very soon. Have fun with your core values.